The American College of Cardiology and MedAxiom are transforming cardiovascular care together. Welcome to MedAxiom Heart Talk, the podcast where cardiovascular thought leaders come together for one ultimate goal: to continually transform cardiovascular care for all. MedAxiom Heart Talk starts now.
Why external benchmarking is important for cardiovascular programs. As Peter Drucker so famously said, you can't manage what you don't measure. Whether you're working in healthcare, financial services, manufacturing, or another industry, tracking metrics and comparing them to external benchmarks is critical to assessing performance and monitoring how you rank against competitors and peers. External benchmarking aid in good goal setting and provide critical data points for decision making. They help healthcare administrators put status updates and recommendations into context for physicians. Benchmarks can also help identify program gaps and help leaders focus resources when improvement is needed. If benchmarking data indicates that your new patient volumes are in the 20th percentile, it could indicate that you have an access problem and should evaluate the number of patient slots on your schedule every day. Given the importance of external benchmarking to our membership, MedAxiom offers a platform that makes metric assessment easier. During the first quarter of every year, members submit their program metrics to the MedAxcess database online. We compile it and make it accessible to all members beginning in April. This year is no different. So in March, we can crunch the numbers, and in April, we'll report the results of our initial analysis at the annual spring conference. If you haven't already submitted your CPT and FDE data this year, it's easy to do. You can follow the instructions on the website. We've made the data entry process easy as well. All you have to do is enter information on staffing, revenue, expenses, and AR. Then you'll have a wealth of comparative information at your fingertips. It takes a bit of preparation on your part, but it's timing well spent given the vast benefits you and other members receive from the benchmarking data. Here are a few of them. Number one, only benchmarking data of its kind. Simply put, MedAxcess is the only cardiovascular specific benchmarking data in the United States. There is no other platform like it in our specialty. While certainly other specialties offer some excellent physician compensation and revenue cycle metrics each year, they do not collect the depth of data MedAxiom does when it comes to specialty-specific indicators such as device clinic volumes and metrics. Number two, high participation strengthens the data. Last year, we had 186 programs submit their data, representing 3,935 physicians. The data in MedAxcess reflects the significant number of providers, which makes it a highly representative sample. Physician-centric. We focus on the benchmarks that healthcare administrators and physicians value most, such as new and return visit volumes, panel size, hospital procedures, work RVUs, compensation models, and organizational type. Dashboard display. Last year, we launched Dashboard Display as part of the new version of MedAxcess. It received a lot of positive feedback. The dashboard displays various metrics using a percentile dial image. You can instantly see your own metric as well as where it falls against your peers. More than just the percentile number, the dial shows how your data compares to the database, displays as green, yellow, or red sections on the dial. The dashboard can be filtered to show key indicators as well: financial, volumes, utilization, and physician compensation, as well as productivity. Dynamic data filtering and comparison tool. We don't just give you a PDF or static data set. MedAxcess has built-in filtering capabilities that enable administrators to filter criteria like subspecialization, ownership, compensation model, geography, and others. You can also view data by department, including cardiology, vascular surgery, and cardiovascular surgery. You can sort the data by color, trend, metrics, and many more to better visualize how your practice compares to the overall population. You can slice and dice the data using hundreds of scenarios. There is no other benchmarking resource for our specialty with these types of data display and filtering criteria. I demonstrated these features in a webinar last year. If you missed it, you can watch it on demand going through our website. Number 6, ongoing enhancements. Last year, our developers made some significant enhancements to the platform based on member feedback. The update includes the dashboard display I've described, a refreshed user interface, and several other major features, including benchmarking and trending data on the same page. Previously, you had to toggle between benchmarking data and trending graphs. Having them display on the same page makes it simpler to analyze your data. The ability to chart and filter by measure. This makes analysis really granular, filtering all the way down to a specific measure or combination of measures. Updated export to PowerPoint feature. No more screenshots, cropping and pasting them into your presentation. You can quickly export metric data, individual metric dials, and other elements of your analysis into PowerPoint presentation. If I piqued your enthusiasm for using benchmarking data, I've done my job today. I also hope that you are motivated to submit your numbers. If you decide to enter the information in several chunks instead of all at once, we have a tracking tool that reminds you which sections you've completed and which ones you still need to complete. There are tutorial videos to help you as well. And by the way, all hope is not lost if you do not get your data in by the end of February. Although yours won't be included in our national analysis in April, you will still be able to submit later in the year and be included in future releases. What are you waiting for? Start submitting your data today. Thank you.
You've been listening to MedAxiom Heart Talk, the podcast where cardiovascular thought leaders come together to transform cardiovascular care for all. You can follow MedAxiom, an ACC company, on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Join us next week for another MedAxiom Heart Talk episode, and thanks for listening.